Well, good morning and happy holidays.
This is exciting.
We're back at Epcot, which as you can see is having its International Festival of the Holidays. Basically, it's big Christmas celebration, but here's the thing. In all my years and months at a time of staying at Walt Disney World,
I have never experienced Christmas at Epcot.
in the past, I've done all my Christmas visits in November when they didn't have the Festival of the Holidays set up yet, so this is my first year.
Well, our first year. Coming down here to check it out. But it's not just Christmas that's so exciting.
In the last couple of weeks, in fact, even in the last couple of days since I've been here in Florida, there have been so many changes to Epcot. So many of the construction walls that have covered this park for years
have started to come down.
and the new Epcot we've been promised years ago has finally started to take shape. I am so excited to see the new changes, starting with the one most recently revealed.
This area behind Spaceship Earth, the World Celebration Gardens, and its key feature right over here,
The epic statue of Walt the Dreamer. Look at him right there. It's been so long, I feel like, since we saw him unveiled at the D23 Expo.
And now there he is with a long line of fellow dreamers waiting to take a photo with him. That is epic. Look at that. Walt Disney is gazing out behind us through the new World Celebration Gardens out towards the World Showcase. One could only wonder what Walt would think if he was able to come here, sit down next to that statue for real,
And see all of this crazy futuristic stuff. Man, this is weird. It definitely doesn't feel like Epcot. Not Epcot as we've known it anyways. This is a whole new deal over here.
Man, it's been so long since we've been able to stand in this area here.
In the center of what used to be Future World, between the two, well, what used to be Communicore buildings.
Since then, whole huge parts of Epcot have been demolished, like the Communicore buildings and the Fountain of Nations, to be replaced by new stuff, some of which is still unfinished. It's gonna take a while to explore all this and to get used to all this. I gotta keep reminding myself, I'm here for Christmas, not for the changes. Well, with one other exception.
There is one other big change, one other big new feature we have to check out.
Or I won't even be able to think about Christmas, even if you slap me in the face with it.
Because another one of the new features at Epcot is also one of the oldest. He's back. And literally bigger than ever before. Of course I'm talking about that lovable, lifelong resident of the Imagination Pavilion.
The figment of imagination himself.
Who you can now meet in the flesh. He's right inside the ImageWorks. That's sort of the little playground area as you exit the ride.
And I gotta check this out, Doc.
Oh my gosh, it's a Figment. Look at that lovable purple figment of the imagination.
Who I guess isn't technically a dragon.
But come on, let's face it, he's everybody's favorite dragon. Look at him.
Look at the size of him. He's enormous.
Somebody imagined Figment being very large.
Dude, that is so incredible. Look at this. The line is not too long, and I definitely want to see Figment.
Apparently, though, Figment is going on his break pretty soon, and if we get in that line, we might be waiting for a while to get the sick Figment pic.
To be honest with you, though, I'm just blown away just by seeing Figment.
Of course, classic Epcot back in the 80s and 90s used to have a Figment meet and greet as well, right next door to this area.
But that was a meet and greet with the Dream Finder, and then Figment was a little guy that the Dream Finder was holding, if you know what I mean.
That is literally a whole new level of Figment meet and greet that we're witnessing right there. Look at that.
I'm getting tongue-tied. I'm so excited.
I'm trying not to get too excited and start screaming his name, Figment, because I'm losing my voice. Not that I don't want to scream his name. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's amazing.
He's so cute. I didn't think he would be that big.
Me neither. Look at the size of that Figment. Okay, dude, she's got the Figment hat on. That is going to be a fun one.
All right, I don't want to go. I don't want to go away from it. I just want to stand here and stare at Figment all day, but we do have Christmas stuff to see. Time for us to leave the realm of imagination
and head back outside into the real world.
Oh wait, this isn't the real world. This is Epcot.
Back in the day, the meet and greet I was talking about was right over in there.
See, as many of you know, back when Epcot first opened in 1982, there weren't really any Disney characters running around, so Figment and the Dream Finder
were designed to be sort of the kid-friendly mascots of Epcot.
And it's crazy that the Dream Finder is gone now, like no trace of him in Epcot today, but Figment still remains.
And like you just saw, he's bigger than ever.
Literally.
All right, that's enough of our dilly-dallying over here in the former future world. It's time for us to head into the World Showcase and experience the holidays around the world.
Jeez, that's a big Christmas tree, and I can hear some of the celebrating right now.
Look, I can already hear a musical group right over there against the World Showcase Lagoon.
Wow, they're awesome. Listen to the power in that music. Dude, that is so awesome. Usually when I think of Disney and holiday celebrations, I think of DJs, you know, cheaper, easier to use.
I am stoked that so far this year, live music seems to be having a big comeback in the parks. I mean, DJs are cool, they're great, they have their purpose, but there's nothing like live music
To give the holidays those extra pizzazz.
All right, before we head out to any of the other countries in the World Showcase, we've got to go to the Odyssey here.
And take a peek at good old Santa Claus.
Every country and region around the world has its own holiday traditions, and even countries that have Santa Claus
They'll all have their own different versions, but our typical Coca-Cola style American Santa Claus
isn't in the America Pavilion. He's right over here in the Odyssey, meeting and greeting in his huge Christmas sleigh. Look at him over there, meeting and greeting, posing for fun pics. Nothing like seeing Santa Claus.
Well, our version of Santa Claus.
Allie and I got to sit with Santa and tell him what we want for Christmas the other day in the Magic Kingdom at Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. I gotta tell you, kids,
You may notice as we travel around different parks and different areas of the world that Santa Claus might look a little bit different.
that's because not only can Santa Claus change his appearance, change the way he looks so that he looks the way the little boys and girls in that area might expect him to look.
Since Santa is so busy, he also has a lot of other Santa Claus guys working for him.
Just remember, because they're all working for the real Santa, and they've all been given a little bit of his magic, they are all the real Santa Claus, and they're all keeping an eye on you.
See if you're naughty or nice before Christmas.
Wow, look at this. Look at the Plaza de los Amigos. It's Christmas in Mexico. Ooh, Feliz Navidad, my friends. Feliz Navidad indeed. No Mexican Santa Claus out here, but they do have Sombrero Donald Duck.
And once again, they've got live music to help with the celebration.
All right, moving on to Norway over here. They do have sort of a Santa Claus tradition. Check it out, they've got this little stage over here and this Christmas tree set up, and they have a little live performance.
A little story time activity, if you will.
With the mischievous, magical barn Santa. Apparently over there they have these trickster Santas, the barn Santa, who comes over here and interrupts the storyteller.
He's not out here at the moment, but we came through Epcot the other day quickly and just caught a little glimpse of him. Here's what it looked like.
They leave me a great big bowl of rice porridge with sugar and cinnamon and a little pat of butter right on top. I know it doesn't sound like much of a treat to all of you, but believe me, when those kitties leave me a steaming hot bowl of rice porridge in the hayloft, it just warms me up on a cold winter's night.
That's pretty cool. I've never heard of a barn Santa before. I want to go home and read up more about it. That's what I love about Epcot. You know, it inspires you to learn about new things from around the world. And hey, see what I did there? Hey.
Aww.
See, apparently the story is you're supposed to leave some porridge for some sort of gnome, and if you don't do it, you might get that mischievous barn Santa up to his old tricks. Sounds pretty good to me. All right, got you. Time to keep cruising on through the world.
Don't worry, we'll head back over this way at night, because that's the one thing about looking at the decorations in the different countries.
As you can see over here, across the line for Frozen Ever After, they light up. So that's gonna look way better after dark. That's pretty cool. I love seeing Christmas in different countries.
Can't wait to see what they do to celebrate the birth of our Lord in China.
Oh, wait a minute. China's a communist country.
There's no Christmas in China.
But they do have one kickin' New Year's celebration, that's for sure. And over there behind us, they do have some traditional music playing right now for the holidays. I know this one. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle. Wait a minute. playing Christmas music. Okay. There's Christmas in China after all.
All right, now from what I understand anyway,
I don't think there's much going on in the way of holiday celebrations
in the little Africa area over here, which is a shame because actually
some of the African countries like Ethiopia, Egypt were some of the earliest Christian countries ever. I have a feeling it'd be kind of cool to see some Ethiopian Christmas stuff one day.
luckily next door in Germany, they've got Christmas coming out of their ears. Look at this, they got holiday garlands and ornaments everywhere outside.
And of course, Germany and Epcot is Christmassy all year round because they have this Christmas store here all the time.
With this huge golden Christmas tree, tons of Christmas ornaments for sale, and even the old weird Christmas pickle ornament.
Which, according to the Germans in Epcot, is an old German Christmas tradition. You find the pickle, you get a special present. But of course, when I posted that in my original 5 weird things in Epcot video years and years ago, I got a flood of comments from Germans
Saying they've never heard of that in their lives and it must be fake.
I don't know who to believe, and trying to figure it out is
It's making me cuckoo.
I've been looking around here in Germany. I don't see Santa Claus or Belschnickel or Krampus or anything.
There's actually nothing about Germany on the map here.
But check this out, they do have some German Christmas music going on.
Haben Sie mal Zeit, um mit mir auszugehen und unsere Zeit vertreibt. Wir gehen über Felder, streifen durch den Wald. Kein Mensch wird uns sehen, weder jung noch alt.
Welcome to Epcot International Festival of the Holidays. We are the band Tanzhaus Johann from the Germany, from Deutschland, and we are very happy to play Christmas-related music for you.
Wait to see this area after sunset.
All right, in terms of special Christmas stuff, Italy has got something very interesting going on. During certain times of the day, they have La Befana, the sort of Christmas witch.
Don't worry, she's sort of a kind-hearted witch.
Who brings gifts and visits little children on the eve of Epiphany.
Or Theophany, which celebrates when the Magi came.
Weird, you don't see her celebrated too often in America.
But I guess that is a little more interesting than just having another Santa Claus out here.
Although personally, since I am Sicilian, I would have preferred a visit from Dominic the Donkey.
You guys don't know about the Italian Christmas donkey? Look it up. You're welcome.
Oh look, they got Dominic out here after all!
Here she comes.
Scusi, she's a bit feisty. No, scusi.
Oh, Isabella,
It's her.
now.
Have you seen any mean witches? No? No mean witches? Buon Natale! You know what this means? Merry Christmas, very good. At least someone does, huh? My name is La Befana, and I am a witch. I, La Befana, have an important job, huh? I am the gift giver here in Italia. I bring the sweets, the treats, the goodies when the children are good. But if you are not so good, what do I bring, huh? Cold? Oh, I recognize you now, huh? No, I kid, I joke. Now, in America, there is a gift giver, huh? Who is this? Santa Claus!
Nonna?
But I have been bringing the bambini, the gifts down the chimney, long before old Saint Nick was a bambino himself, huh? That just means I'm old, okay. Oh, poor La Befana. She has no sleigh, no reindeer. What if I only bring you socks and underwear for Christmas, huh? Yay! Who said yay? You?
I need socks.
Oh, you're cheap. Okay. All right. Only socks and underwear for him. Done. Okay. Now
I need socks.
Once upon a time, over 2,000 years ago, Italia was the center of an empire, huh? Much bigger than it is today. And Rome reached all the way out to what is now known as the Middle East. I lived in a little cottage at the edge of an old highway where caravans of camels would come by all the time. Huh? You don't see camels very often now, do you? Huh? Maybe some Teslas, but no camels. Oh, but I look. And there are 3 travelers coming towards me, and they are on camels. They are so exotic, dressed like kings. Oh, the men, not the camels. La Befana! That big star in the sky is to tell that a great king was born in the Bethlehem, and we are following his star. The men, the travelers, they ask me to come with them to the Bethlehem. And for a moment, I have such a longing to follow that star. And then I think, what? You crazy La Befana, you pazza, huh? Camels, stars, strange men in the middle of the night. Not so good, ladies, no. They go to the Bethlehem without me. Just then, the sky opens up, and it is filled with a bright light. So bright La Befana cannot even look. It's as if the sky had burst into glory. I knew then I must go to the Bethlehem. The kings, they had brought the fancy gifts, but I had nothing. All I can find are some old scraps of wool. But I make them into a little baby doll. And I think, it's better than nothing, huh? I am so excited. I will go to the Bethlehem. I will see the little king. So I run outside to follow the star, but it is gone. Since then, I have been looking for the Jesus Bambino, the Christ child. And on the eve of the Epiphany, that is when the 3 wise men arrived in the Bethlehem, I climb down the chimneys and I look into the faces of the children. I did not find the Jesus Bambino. But when I look into the faces of the beautiful children, it reminds me of the miracle of that star, and I leave them a gift. I may not have found the Christ child, but in giving the gifts, I have found joy. I will leave you with this, my version of a saying we have here in Italia, Pesqua con chi vuoi, Natale con i tuoi. Celebrate Easter with whomever you choose, but Christmas, always with your own, huh? Buon Natale! Grazie, grazie, my friends, grazie.
Wow, what a show, and I even got a fun pic. Oh, by the way, I haven't mentioned these yet, but all these countries that have the little storytellers, they have these little signs that tell you about the different cultural traditions, the different characters coming out here. Pretty sweet. I don't know if it's become obvious to you yet, but all this Christmas stuff out here at Epcot is really spread out. And between the distance and, of course, the different times that the various storytellers are coming out, it can take a long time to see it all. No way to see it all in just one day. But we're trying our best. Whoa, oh my gosh, look at this in front of Italy. Look at the size of that line. That line, like my ancestors, is going all the way from Italy to America. What you're seeing right there is the standby line for the Christmas candlelight processional. Just like the one at Disneyland, they now have one at Epcot. Oh my gosh. And here comes the choir dude. Look at the size of that. That is a lot of singers. Somebody made a fortune selling yellow robes this year. Oh my goodness. There's more people in that choir than there were in my high school. Anyway, the Candlelight Processional here has some celebrity hosts, celebrity guests, just like at Disneyland. John Stamos was out here the other night. I think tonight it's Doogie Howser. What's his name? Neil Patrick Harris. That's who I'm thinking of. Anyway, as you can see, we showed up too late to even have a prayer of getting in there tonight. But that's okay. The more people in there watching the processional, the fewer people to bump into out here in the World Showcase. Ah, look at this over here in America. The old familiar Christmas tree. No witches, no tricks, just peace on earth and goodwill to all. And some red, white, and blue ornaments. America. Hey, there's Neil Patrick Harris. He's from America. All right, shifting focus a little bit. A whole world away from America. You've got Japan, which is primarily Shinto and Buddhist, but that doesn't leave them out of the Epcot Festival of Holidays. As you can see here, some information about the new year. Oh, weird, this sign is making my voice echo. Echo! Echo! Whoa. They've got some Japanese storytellers that come out later, and look at this! They're even serving up sushi Christmas trees. Weird. It's funny, last night we were at Jollywood Nights, the Christmas party over at Hollywood Studios. And I was talking about how crazy it is that like all that mid-century Christmas stuff, all that grandma's house Christmas, traditional Christmas stuff was manufactured mostly after the war in Japan. How's the tree?
Good.
Yummy?
Yeah.
What is it, like California roll or?
I think so.
So Japan has actually had a weirdly outsized effect on Christmas in America. Oh, look at that. I can see they've lit up the main Christmas tree over there. Things are gonna get a lot more festive now. Looks like we just missed the Japanese storyteller. So I guess that's one we're not gonna get on this trip. Well, something to look forward to for next time. All right, moving along through the World Showcase now. We've ended up in Morocco. Not a place you would traditionally think of Christmas, but if you look at the sign, they're talking about the Olive Festival, the Almond Festival, Eid al-Fitr. Eid al-Fitr. It's hard to get the rrr in there. The festival after Ramadan. There are actually Christians in North Africa too, so there are some Christmas celebrations. I don't know how many there are now, but way back in the day when the Berbers were Catholic, there was also, up until the 1960s, a big Jewish population of Berbers in Morocco, which ties in perfectly to what's going on between Morocco and France here at Epcot, where they have the Hanukkah storyteller. They're talking all about the Maccabees and the menorah. Ooh, and he just busted out an acoustic guitar. For a split second, I thought he was going to sing the Adam Sandler Hanukkah song. Jeez, would you look at the size of that dreidel? I have a little, I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I shall play. Oh, there it is. I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I shall play. Let's try it really fast now. Ready? 3, 2, 1. I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then I shall play. Give yourselves a round of applause, my volunteers. That's awesome. All right, where was I? Ah, yes, on the way back to Gay Paris, France, of course, and look at how glorious France looks at night. Understated, classy, underlit too. That's so weird. As you guys have seen in the many adventures we've filmed in the real France during the Christmas season, France and Paris in particular go crazy for Christmas. There's lights everywhere. At the moment, it's actually really dark out here. Look at these Christmas bulbs. These are cool. They all have little scenes in them. It's really dark out here, though. I've got to use the flashlight on the phone to shed some light on the subject. Ah, there we go. That one's a little better. You can see the Arc de Triomphe in there. Oh, and then this one on the end is working. You can see the little Christmas tree of snacks. At least they've got the shops all lit up over here. Ooh, and very well decorated. How about that? It's nice to be back in Paris for Christmas again. Now, during the day out here, they do actually have French Santa Claus. Pere Noel comes out to tell a little story and meet and greet with all the kids and the families. Unfortunately, they don't have Pere Noel come out in the dark. I think he's afraid of getting mugged or something, but we did have a chance to run through sort of this part of the World Showcase the other day, and we caught a quick glimpse of old French Father Christmas. Here's what that looked like.
I am the good spirit of this season. What is it for me to see all of you in such good spirit? Maintenant, I have another question for you. Have any of you, petit enfant, have you ever written a letter to my friend Santa at the North Pole? Well, you big people, you can admit this too. Well, en France, if a child writes a letter to me, Pere Noel, and puts a return address on the envelope, the French government pays the postage on my reply. A letter. It will give away a bit of the flavor of the holiday season en France. Écoutez, listen. Dear Père Noël, even though my big brother Francois says Christmas is for babies, I look forward to La Vie de Petit Jésus and a visit from you. Of course she does. The watch night or the watch night? Christmas Eve.
Uh-oh, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to eat my words about France being underlit. I completely forgot that they added that whole new Ratatouille area behind the old Epcot France. Et j'aime ça. Look at all of the lights over here. C'est bon. Ah, Paris me manque. Suddenly I miss hot wine and little markets with rude people bumping into you and bad service. Somehow they got me. Somehow I become nostalgic for Paris during Christmas. C'était inévitable. Ah, c'est la vie. See, normally, like I said, we go to Disneyland Paris around Christmas time. This year, we were there on Halloween Day, which is why we were able to come out here during our usual Paris time. I'm trying to learn as much French as I can. My vocabulary is still very limited. My pronunciation is still pretty bad. I was getting pretty proud of myself, though, after the last trip to Paris. Not this Halloween one, but the one last Christmas. Or no, actually, last winter, last February, and I came over here to the Ratatouille area, and there's a cast member in there, you know, French cast members from France. So I went up to him, and I was all proud of myself. And in French, I said, hey, I forget how to say mouse in French. How do you say mouse in French? So he told me, this is right in there where you load on the ride, you know, and there's the ride vehicles shaped like rodents. And he told me, and he looked at me funny, he goes, but this is a rat. Oh, duh, Remy is a rat. So I'm like, oh, okay. And how do you say rat again? He goes, rat.
Oh, you fool! You imbecile!
Oh, that'll teach me to open my mouth and try to speak French to a Frenchman.
Well, there you go. I told you an embarrassing story for Christmas. Happy holidays! Yeah, that was a fun one. I felt so embarrassed I never rode Ratatouille again. Oh well, at least we won't have any language problems over here in jolly old England. What? Oi, bruv, what you doing? God save the Queen! Hello, Governor! Hello, love. It's nice to see ya.
Ah, who are we kidding? I'm no good at English either. Neither.
In addition to, as well. How well, Great Britain's got some nice homey Christmas touches. Some Christmas lights on the light poles. All the shop windows are decorated with Christmassy stuff.
And all the way in the back of the land, past number 17 Cherry Tree Lane.
Way back there, hidden out of sight, they've got old Father Christmas. Look at him.
I believe we are ready. So, if everyone would join us in singing that traditional Welsh Christmas carol, which we all know is called Jingle Bells. Jingle Bells, my goodness, no, I said traditional Welsh Christmas carol. Deck the halls. Yes, no, Jingle Bells, that's not even from England. No, that's from New Jersey or someplace like that. Don we now our gay apparel, la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, la 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 la. Now there's the holiday spirit. A round of applause for yourselves. Oh, the sound of carolers in the streets. Did you know that the first Christmas card was sent in England back in 1843? Yes, and that Christmas card caught the attention of an English printing company that created 1,000 lithographs and sold them for $1 apiece. And well, the rest, as they say, is history. Oh, I'm getting a thought of the season. It's a wonderful thought of the season. Oh, it's coming from you, sir. Yeah. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Of course I do. I'm Father Christmas, after all. Yes, indeed. You're thinking, enough about the cards and the carols. Tell us about the good stuff. What about the mistletoe? Oh, there's one in every crowd. But I can hardly blame you, sir. No, the mistletoe is indeed one of our oldest and most popular of traditions. Why, it dates as far back as the ancient Druids, when they would celebrate the winter solstice. A young couple would stand under the bough of a mistletoe, and for each kiss claimed, they would pluck a berry from the bough until there were no berries left.
Dude, you have got to strike fast to see old Father Christmas. He was only out here for a few seconds and then bam, he was gone.
1 second you're looking at a crazy old man with a wreath on his head and a stick and everything, and the next second it's just a fun pick opportunity.
Old Father Christmas. Pretty sneaky, that old guy. I've got a feeling old England must be awfully jolly at Christmas. I wouldn't know. I've never been there during Christmas.
I've only been there once, during the winter. It was March. It was freezing. And there was nothing going on.
One of these days, hopefully, I'll get back to England. We'll see. One of these days. Maybe. Hopefully. Perhaps. Maybe? Whoa, dude. Look at the stage in Canada. Look at it all lit up. This might be the best decorated thing I've seen in the whole park. Look at all of that. They got all those great Canadian bands. The Holiday Voyagers are playing out here during this festival.
I'd stop and wait for him to come back, but my legs are getting so sore at this point. I think if I stop for too long, I won't get started again.
Ooh, look at this. It's beautiful, and it's not just fun to look at. It's a great place to do your holiday shopping. You can get maple syrup for the whole family. See, pretty good gifts, eh?
A.
You can't say that. That's our word.
Remember? Half my family's Canadian. You have to earn the right to say A. Here, drink this whole jar of maple syrup. Then you'll be one of us. One of us. Just kidding, guys. I'm not Canadian. But my dad is. Weird. All right, as you can see, it is now firmly nighttime, which is great for Christmas decorations, but bad for Christmas entertainment, because that means pretty much all the storytellers and the Santa Clauses and stuff have wound down. There's still treats and food and shows going on. Of course, they have the new fireworks out here at Epcot now, the new Luminous show and all of that, which there is no way I'm going to try to attempt to get close enough to see tonight. We'll save that for its own adventure in the future. But I have to say, just from looking at the platform for the show, it looks like it's going to be fan-freaking-tastic. Today, I'm just happy I'm standing on two legs. We landed here, we did Jollywood Nights, then we did Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, then we did Jollywood Nights again. We were staying up as late as we could, like 5, 6 in the morning, trying to edit as much as we could. I'm running on fumes now, just trying to soak in as much Epcot as I can before we whip around and head right back to California again. Wow, look at that. Look at Spaceship Earth. And holy crap, excuse my French, but look at Celebration Gardens. Look at the light poles that match what's going on with the Spaceship Earth lighting. And check out these weird crystals in the planters. But most of all, this, whatever you call this, whatever's going on with the floor right here, this is awesome. Now this feels like something from the future. Ironically, it's not called Future World anymore. And yet here we are in the most future-y looking part. Oh, and look at that! The lighting has changed. All throughout Celebration Gardens. The seating areas, that central courtyard, the glimmering trees, Spaceship Earth itself. And of course, it's not just here, it's all along the sides that have reopened. And of course, you guys remember the whole new entrance to Epcot all lights up with Spaceship Earth as well. Meaning it's all now one fantastic coordinated show. Dude, this has been pretty crazy watching it change colors. And then all the poles and even the color of the light on the ground syncing up with Spaceship Earth. Then the most unexpected thing of all happened. I was not expecting the magic bands. The new magic bands started lighting up, vibrating. So weird. It definitely works. The whole thing works. That is so cool. Weird. Awesome, dude. See, anything they can add to a theme park to make just walking around in the open areas kind of fun and interesting is a big bonus. Because you spend a lot of your time just walking around outside, so it's not always just about rides, you know? Kind of neat because the whole ground up here by Walt is also a star field. It's glowing and shimmering with the show. And then there you have Walt Disney sitting there under Spaceship Earth looking out at the future he never lived to see. Crazy. I gotta tell you, the future didn't look so good a couple of years ago, but it looks pretty bright tonight. All right, there's one last thing to do on our Christmas list. We've got to head over this way because they do have a Christmas overlay on one ride here at Epcot. That's, of course, over in the Land Pavilion. But before we get there, I totally forgot about the other brand new feature out here at Epcot. Awesome. The Moana Journey of Water. Ooh, look at that. It's all misty out here because of the wind blowing all that water down. Or maybe it's the rain. It's the cycle of water. It's educational. It's beautiful. It's wet. It's water. What are you gonna do? It's something I absolutely want to explore in greater detail in the future. But I think for tonight, since we're supposed to be on a Christmas mission, I get the gist of it. Or actually, maybe what I should have said is, I get the mist of it. Beautiful. And oh my gosh, look at this. I forgot all about the Christmas monorail. Look at those red and green lights underneath, flowing out there in front of Spaceship Earth. All right, and now it's time for our grand finale. Like I said, I'm gonna leave the new fireworks show for my next visit. I feel so weird today. Normally I'm so much more hyper at Epcot, but not only did all those Christmas parties take a little bit out of me, but there was so much to take in today, so much to absorb. We ended up doing a lot more stuff than I thought we were going to do, which is good. It takes away all the pressure for next time to see all that same stuff again. I'm probably not the most tired I've ever been at Disney World. But Lord knows we've had some crazy times out here together. But it's gotta be pretty darn close. All right, that's where we're going, down there. Down to living with the land, and I never thought I'd say this. But thanks, Santa, we've got a lightning lane. All right, here we go. Normally this ride isn't really on people's, top 5 rides at Epcot list.
I like this ride.
Well, yeah, I like it too, but I'm just saying most people
aren't interested in the land most of the year. The what? Yeah, but you're not most people, Allie. But what I was going to say is that everybody likes to get on living with the land during Christmas, because as you'll see, during Christmas time, there's a different twist on living with the land. Apocalypse. No, I'm just kidding. During Epcot, the greenhouse portion of the land becomes a wintry Christmas light-up wonderland.
And for your safety, please remain seated in your boat at all times.
Wow. This is so awesome. Look at it. Christmas in the greenhouse. How did they grow these light-up plants? I never thought fish could be so festive. Look at this, the perfect gift idea. Give the gift of culinary herbs. And don't forget the chili peppers. Deck the halls with hydroponics. La 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 la. Ooh, look at the ornaments right there. Ooh, it smells minty. This must be where they grow the candy canes. Don't forget, nothing says Christmas like biotechnology. What a fun one. See? It was chill. It was watery. Might be too chill after all that partying we've been doing. I'm getting kind of sleepy. Perfect ride to catch a little rest before that long walk back to the car. All right, well, what can I say? We came, we saw, we Epcot. We Epcotted? We Epcotized? We did a lot, we saw a lot. But that's the great thing about modern Epcot. There's so much to see and do now, you can't do it all in one day. Which means you have a great excuse to come back again. Thank you guys for coming with us on the journey today. We really want to wish each and every one of you a very Merry Christmas, a happy holiday season. And of course, it's part of my job to let you know that down below are links to our online store, to our Patreon, which is the only way we're ever able to come back here. So if you want to give us a holiday gift, please go down below, click on any of those links, maybe follow us on Instagram, or just give it a like or share it with a friend you think would like it. Now that I'm done saying that and you're done watching this, we've all done our duty. We can go home and sleep well. See you back in California. Bye-bye.
I was sweeping in front of my little house. We did that back then. We swept outside. I don't know why. Okay, good. They're pointing it this way. And that way, and they are saying so many words that I do not understand. But lucky for me, these men, they talk with their hands, huh? This La Befana understands.
I'm getting tongue-tied, I'm so excited. I'm not sure.